Hey guys, Anthony Special here with Hawkeye Traders. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Want to share a trade setup that identified live this morning in real time, utilizing volume, utilizing price action. I want to walk you through it so you can see it for yourself, just how simplistic it can be if you clean your chart of all the clutter and just focus on what's most important. What's most important, guys, is volume and price action. So all these lagging indicators that you have on your screen, I hate to say it, most of them are doing you a disservice rather than a service. So let's dive in here. We're going to just kind of mark up the chart a little bit. So this is gold futures. This is a 3-minute time frame, meaning each candle represents 3 minutes of price action. The only thing that's applied to the chart here is volume. Price action, the volume paint bar, the Hawkeye pivots, and the Hawkeye volume radar dots down here on the bottom. So again, I start off very simple. I just need to understand basically what's happening, right? So I got some lows down here that I feel like I need to be aware of, all right? I have some higher lows here that I feel like are meaningful, okay? This is telling me that, you know, as sellers are coming into the market, the buyers are more interested at a higher price. All right, so we go through the opening bell and price gets a little choppy. That's normal volatility. We had some 8:30 economic data this morning, which we know to stay away from. Right, just let it hit, let it kind of transpire and do its thing. We set a couple wide bars here, and as you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, wide bars are extraordinarily important to me to perform analysis around them because fact of the matter is they play a significant role here on impact. And if you realize this, if you take a look, they actually create a beautiful pullback here off the highs of these wide bars. And I mean, really a nice, fantastic pullback. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see this just a little bit better because what's most important, guys, is taking a look down here. I'm going to move this out of the way so it's a little more apparent. And I want you to see, what is the volume doing? As price is breaking out of this consolidative state, and you can see by looking at the Hawkeye pivots, these round orange dots on the screen here, that we're just in a period of consolidation. Right? If I just go to these orange dots and go, hey, what's happening here? Like, we're just consolidating, right? Let's see, we're just kind of in a rut, if you would. But after price goes through this consolidative state, after price breaks this pullback off these wide bars on increasing buying volume, this is the most important part, okay? So many traders discount looking at the bottom of their screen and just analyzing the volume itself. If the market's breaking out, it should be breaking out on increasing volume to the upside or the downside. It really doesn't matter. All right, and you can see here we have a nice increase in volume as we break that little pullback here. Particularly this candle right here sets the onset for this. This candle here actually retests that little trend line I have in play. If you notice, right, we come right back in here and really verify that we're kind of off to the races. Now, if you didn't feel comfortable entering here, okay, you said, hey, you know what, I'd rather enter above the wide bars. Okay, I can't argue with that. All right, even if you said this is the spot that I felt more comfortable, I mean, this still afforded you every bit of 200 ticks to the upside. Okay? Really beautiful intraday move. I mean, there was no reason to exit this trade until genuine selling started coming back in. And at this point, I mean, you had plenty of opportunities to not only pay yourself, but also protect yourself. Meaning, hey, I'm going to start advancing my stop, right? I mean, you can see that this trend runs pretty, you know, it's a pretty aggressive run here. If I just kind of run these candles, you know, it was really a fairly aggressive move higher. And we know that aggressive moves eventually are going to correct. But All we have to do is not be greedy, right? Have a trade plan that says, hey, when my trade starts doing X, I'm going to do Y and Z, right? So the ABC component is where I'm going to identify getting in. The XYZ component is where I'm going to identify my trade plan tells me to start getting out. All right? So it's really just that simple, guys. I mean, the market here did not provide any bit of pullback, any bit of correction. We had a slight amount of consolidation, and you could see that this held, really, really nicely. I mean, I could just go kind of the bodies of these candles here. There was clear defined support, right? And after taking a pretty aggressive push higher, that's kind of normal, right? The market's going to kind of calm down, right? You're going to go a little sideways. But notice the volume down here drops off, and it starts slowly increasing again, right? And then we get this big surge, right? And we get another little big surge here, and then we consolidate, and then the market starts, the buying volume starts increasing again ever so slightly. So with the impulse of price is going to be the impulse of volume, right? With the correction of price, there should be a correction of volume. And if you just follow that and take profit and don't be greedy and protect yourself, advance your stop to your entry, advance your stop into the profit as the market continues to go in your favor. I mean, if you let a 200 tick rally go and you didn't start moving your stop and you didn't take any profit and you let this thing start to fall apart, shame on you. I mean, no disrespect, but your trade plan is certainly not well allocated. If you're day trading, the whole purpose of day trading is to create daily income, right? Or income based on daily efforts. Doesn't mean every day is going to be profitable. Doesn't mean every trade is going to be profitable. But an edge in the market, a successfully laid out trade plan is, hey, after I take X amount of trades, I should be positive X amount of trades and negative X amount of trades and net positive based on this such and such percentage, right? And that's unique to each of us because our approaches are different, our risk tolerance is different, our trading size is different, okay? So you'll need to, of course, build that, right? Build upon that. And part of our Hawkeye Mastery library includes trade plan creation. Why? Because we know how important that is. So if you do not have a concrete trade plan, if it doesn't spell out when A happens, I'm going to do B and C, and when X happens, I'm going to do Y and Z, and you don't have a checklist and you don't have all that in place, then you're just guessing, okay? And guessing is very dangerous and very expensive. So creating a trade plan, creating a checklist, creating things I'm going to do when A happens, meaning B and C, and when X happens, meaning Y and Z, should all be written down and literally sitting right in front of you as you're trading, okay? Until you've memorized it and you know it like the back of your hand, it should be right forward in front of you. It should be the only thing that you're focused on. Not your phone, not YouTube, not taking a call, not texting your friend. When you're trading, you need to be in the zone, and that zone is analyzing the market, I'm applying my trade plan to it, I am watching very carefully volume and price action, the interaction between the two, which will determine basically what I am going to do, all right? And that'll be unique to you like it's unique to me. So, what I invite you to do, you've watched this video thus far, I appreciate that, thank you very much. Below this video, I'm going to put a link. I'm going to ask you to watch this and attend this training webinar. Why? Because it's going to build on everything I just spoke about in this short video. Because I do genuinely believe that if you aren't laying the foundation of volume and price action in whatever your approach to the market is, day trading, swing trading, position trading, stocks, futures, forex, cryptocurrencies, options, it doesn't matter to me, all right? You should be focused on that, and I do believe it is super, super important. So take a little bit of time. I promise you it's worth it. Get out a sheet of paper, get a pen, watch the webinar, take some notes, all right? I want to get these indicators in your hands. I want you to populate them on your screen. I want you to attend and watch the videos inside the Hawkeye Mastery Library. All right, we're going to talk about volume. We're going to talk about price action. We're going to talk about the interaction between the two of them. We're going to talk about psychology. We're going to talk about emotions. We're going to talk about trade plans. Because all those things are super, super, super important. right? These indicators will populate on TradingView, TradeStation, NinjaTrader, and MetaTrader. So no excuse, the most popular platforms, this has all been coded to work on. So click that link below, consume the content, reach out to myself, my Hawkeye Concierge team, ask your questions, let us help you, let us get these indicators to you, get access to the library so that you can start being volume and price action forward. Because guys, I'll tell you something, I traded for quite a while before I found Hawkeye. I'm a paying customer of Hawkeye, right? I came back to the company after I had found success through volume and price action and said, hey, listen, I love this so much, I want to share it with other people, right? And they were gracious enough to say, okay, right? You've proven it, you've showed us a track record, you showed us trading statements that you are able to do this, and we understand you want to share it with other people, and we're happy to have you do that. And that's what I'm here to do. Help you see the things that you are probably missing, okay? Because for me, I was missing it. I was enamored with the next greatest software and the next greatest indicator that was going to tell me when to buy and sell. Let me tell you, that cost me a lot of money, making a lot of mistakes, right? Huge regrets. But I found volume and price action. I studied volume and price action. I became profitable using volume and price action, and I have taught hundreds, perhaps even thousands of people to use volume and price action. So again, I invite you, go below this video, click that link, consume the content, reach out to us. Let us get you these indicators in your hands. Let's get you access to the Hawkeye Mastery Library. Let's get you focused on volume and price action, and I promise you, it is an absolute game changer. Guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. God bless. I will see you in the next video, and please, please, please do not hesitate to reach out to myself and the Hawkeye Concierge team. I'll see you soon.